Welcome. This is a presentation on the LiveView software for the R510 system. And to put that in context, we've got a diagram here. This is us sitting in front of the LiveView client, and we're talking through some connection into the internet. At the other end, we're expecting to find an RTU that's controlling an R510 system. Okay, I'm at the desktop now. I'm going to invoke LiveView. Starting up there, and it's going on to the server, and it's going to ask me for a password. Here I am. Got that right. Okay, and it's coming up with a list of systems on that server. This happens to be the live server in Brisbane, and we've got, I organized them by site perhaps. We got these ones in Tucson, and the rest there are, we got one in Sydney and some down in Victoria. Yep, Victoria. So I want to play with the ones here in Tucson, and I'm going to double click on there. We've got a red light. The black means that it's online, and red means that it's live to talk. Just neaten that up a little bit, and I'm going to click on chart to start the system going. I'm also going to view the console so we can see the traffic between the LiveView and the RTU. Down here there's a progress bar. We're going to see a little green bar coming along here showing as it uploads the points we're interested in. We're starting off here on the power tab. And that's the main control for the system. Just to take you through what's on the screen, this is the name of the device, the so-called cabinet ID. It's an R510 cryptic number followed by a numerical suffix, and that's the series in the list over here. It's got a site and description, and the time on that RTU. It can be in different time zones. This one's correct for Tucson. At the moment the system is running, the inverter's running. It's in auto, meaning that it is following the time schedules here. In the top part of the screen it's about discharge. We've got days of the week and times of the day, 6 sessions, and here is the current that it's going to discharge. This is AC amps. The bottom section is for charging. Same thing, time of day, 6 sessions, start and stop, and the days of the week here, and again the AC current that we're going to be charging with. This one is actually running, as I said. It's in auto, following the schedule, and it's saying that we're in charge, and that's correct because it's 08:06, and down here from 6 o'clock it should have been charging, and it's doing that now, and we should expect to see that it's charging at 7.5 amps AC. Now we might see that if we go to the points tab. There's a lot of points here, more than you want to know about. If we right click here, we can go to the user list. This is one that I prepared earlier, and one way to understand what's going on here, I sort by source. The inverter, they're all points that are inside the SMA. Some are parameters that are set to control, such as the battery charge current max here of 42 amps DC. Others are measurements that are live. For example, the external voltage on the grid, 209 volts AC. This other section here labeled other is actually coming from the battery controller. So we've got temperature measurements here, for example, 25 degrees C. What else have we got? The stated charge at 20%. The current there, it's charging at just under 24 amps DC. So that's giving us a snapshot of what's going on in the system. Just to show you some of the other tabs here, system is giving us some status readout on various components, and probably the most useful thing on this screen is the battery controller details. We click on there, it's bringing up a rather complicated screen of all the issues relevant for the battery controller. Again, like a lot of these engineering screens, there's a lot of things on there that you don't need to know about. If we start here with the inputs, these are live readings on the flow battery. So we've got 61 volts and 23 amps charging. There's the temperatures in the battery and the ambient. The main's on, that's coming because the inverter's operating. Leak detector status is correct, halfway in the range. What else can we see? It's running here, and if I jump way down the bottom here, these relays are controlling the pumps. So both pumps are circulating electrolyte, and the contact is on, meaning we're connected into the inverter. Its maximum state of charge is 100% here, and it's been charging for a little while. We see it's up to 20% state of charge. This end state of charge will limit the maximum charge the battery will get to, but it's also constrained by that time we had set before. I just close that down now and have a look at some of these other screens in LiveView. We've got 4 loggers here. They're operating at the moment, 15-second intervals, and the 4 loggers are symmetric, and from all those points we saw before, we can select from those, and that gives us a session. So this is session 1, session 2, session 3, and session 4. And I've selected points there in those sessions grouped together to make them most relevant for analysis. So that's the LiveView system as we have it.